Okay, I think we're good to go whenever everybody gets on.
Thank you.
Hey, I think we're good to go whenever everybody gets on.
Charity, it's hard for me to see on my phone who's in the meeting, so I'll let you tell me when you're ready to start.
Okay.
Charity, it's hard for me to see on my phone who's in the meeting, so I'll let you tell me when you're ready to start.
Okay. Is everyone else hearing everything twice?
Yes, I was going to say it. We may have to make sure everybody's muted, or it'll just turn into an echo chamber,
Yeah.
like it's about to right now.
Do we want to do a roll call just to see who is here?
Yeah, I think for the introductions, in lieu of obviously trying to just have everybody say hello, I thought we would do a roll call so that we could certainly document attendance.
Okay. We'll give it about another minute or two. And good morning again, everyone.
Good morning.
Morning, morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Okay, Josh. Ready when you are.
Okay, we'll go ahead and get started, everybody. I appreciate you guys joining us on Zoom today for our August board meeting. I believe there was a scheduling conflict of some sort at the COG, so we certainly appreciate the opportunity to have a second option in Zoom, and then appreciate everybody joining the call with us. So with that, I think I'll turn it over to Elizabeth to do a roll call for everybody who's on the call so that we can document attendance.
Good morning. I'm just going to call out everyone's name and then they can say here or present. Adam Gray,
Here.
Beth Mills,
Present.
CJ Tharp, Dr. Brandy Dunlap, Dr. Joel Welch, Dr. Tim Sims,
Present.
Felicia Setzer,
Present.
Glenn Prevette, Hope Hopkins,
Here.
Jennifer Nichols,
Here.
Chairman Josh McKinney,
Here.
Leanna Huber,
I'm here.
Mala Vu,
Present.
Randy Childress, Robin Ross,
Present.
Rose Cook,
Present.
Stephanie Reeves.
Present.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, Donna. Next item on the agenda, we'd like to welcome a new board member to join us. And again, thank you for joining us via Zoom. We look forward to meeting you in person. We've got Hope Hopkins with BDI. And I don't know, Hope, if you'd like to just say hello or anything you'd like to add to the conversation, feel free to do so.
Sure. Hello, Hope Hopkins. I am with Burke Development. I'm the Director of Business Retention and Expansion for Burke County. I have been working in economic development for over 30 years, and certainly am glad to be participating on this board. So thank you for having me.
Yeah, welcome aboard. And like I said, we very much look forward to meeting you in person. But thanks for joining us today virtually. So we do appreciate it. All right, so the next three items are going to require
Chairman
yes.
McKinney, before you move on, we also have Stephanie Reeves. We talked a little bit about her joining last time, but she could not be here in person. So if we can invite her to say anything if she'd like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hi, good morning, everybody. I'm really glad to get to join virtually today. Sorry I couldn't be in person last meeting, but I am Manager of Employee Development and Recruitment at Blue Ridge Energy. And so all about training and recruiting, workforce development. Really passionate about all those things. So excited to be here.
Thank you. Glad to have you on the team. Yeah, so the next three items will require action. So what we're going to do is just discuss any comments anybody would have on any of them. And then we're going to turn it over to Elizabeth for a second roll call to document everyone's vote. So kind of one of those things we got used to, but now we're starting to get back used to in person. So hopefully it'll go smoothly and hopefully I won't mess it up. So the first item will be just to approve the minutes for the previous meeting. I don't believe we're going to be able to get, well, I guess we could get a motion and a second on that, but I wanted to first open it up and see if anyone had any questions or anything on the minutes. Should be pretty standard. All right, can I get a motion to approve?
Motion.
This is Tim Sims. I make a motion to approve.
Okay, we've got a motion from Adam and a second from Tim Sims. And we'll save the vote for a catch-all vote for our roll call items. So we'll move on from the minutes. The next agenda item is to appoint a new chair. So I've certainly enjoyed the opportunity to chair the board for a number of years, but ready to pass the virtual / real gavel to my friend Adam Gray, who has agreed to take over as chair. So we will include that in our roll call meeting motion approvals. So anybody have any questions, comments on that?
Just want to thank you, Josh, for all of your years serving as the chair. We really do appreciate it, all of the knowledge and experience you've shared with me as coming in as a new director, and look forward to having you stay on the executive committee, and very much look forward to Adam stepping up as chair. So thank you both.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, thank you. I'm honored that you asked, and I hope to carry on Josh's legacy of what he's done, and I'll be leaning on you a little bit, Josh, once we get started. But
No problem.
We'll get it done.
Yep. All right. Next item is approval for the budget. I know this attachment was sent out in the agenda packet with some highlighted, kind of color coded items for the budget for the 25-26 year. I would like to just turn it over to Charity and see if she has any comments. It's pretty standard, pretty cut and dry with what's on the paper. But any comments you'd like to make before we vote on the approval for the budget, Charity?
The only comments that I would have about our budget this year is that it is a lot slimmer than it has been in the past. But it's not anything that we didn't expect. So we've been in talks with Malcolm and the Ross team, and so we're going to just do what we always do and provide our excellent customer service and help as many individuals as we can. Anything you would like to add, Donna? Donna? Okay, that's it.
Okay. All right. And then, like I said, we'll include that in the roll call. So we'll go ahead and turn that over to Elizabeth to proceed with our roll call for the present members to vote on the 3 action items, which are approval of the minutes, appoint the new chair, and budget approval. So Elizabeth, I'll let you take it away.
Okay. I'll go through the roll call again and express your yay or nay. Adam Gray,
Yay.
Beth Mills,
Yay.
CJ Tharp, Dr. Brandy Dunlap.
Yay. Sorry, I was late.
That's okay. Dr. Joel Welch, Dr. Tim Sims,
Yay.
Felicia Setzer,
Yay.
Ben Pravat, Hope Hopkins,
Yay.
Jennifer Nichols,
Yay.
Josh McKinney,
Yay.
Leanna Huber,
Yay.
Malibu,
Yay.
Randy Childress, Robin Ross,
Yay.
Rose Cook,
Yay.
Stephanie Reeves.
Yay.
Thank you. This concludes the motion and second. I guess we'll use the motion made by Adam Gray and the second by Dr. Tim Sims.
Okay. Thank you, Elizabeth.
Thank you.
Thank you for keeping us straight here in Zoom land. It's always confusing trying to do this over Zoom. So, and especially I'm on my cell phone. So if I really mess anything up, just, I don't know, scream at me virtually.
Okay.
All right. The next thing on the agenda, we're going to turn it over to Trey Hedrick, who's going to give an upskill update. Trey?
Yes, sir. Thank you. And good morning, everybody. Thank you for your attendance today. Just kind of want to go over, as we have begun to finish up some of our last employers through the upskill grant and starting into the new year, just to kind of give an update of where we kind of ended last year and how we're starting this year. So last year we started 5 different employers, 4 manufacturers, 1 automotive tech company, and that was around 60 individuals we were able to send through the Upskill Incumbent Worker Training Grant through the Western Piedmont Workforce Development Board. Just a little history of what this grant is. This grant is a training reimbursement grant that can help reimburse funds for employers seeking to train their current workforce. So, which would mean the current workforce that they have would need to be at least be with them for 6 months. And we've gotten a lot of really great feedback from our employers. And to me, that's the most important part. And it's not just because the employers are happy, it's because their employees feel empowered. They feel like their employer has decided to invest in their future. And it really helps kind of increase competitiveness of that company. It helps increase employee satisfaction whenever they see their employers are willing to invest in their learning and their ability to stay with the company. A couple comments we had from employers last year was that a lot of these people, a lot of their employees were coming out of these trainings and they were already implementing stuff they had learned in the training. So, and what that's actually had happen, especially with our automotive place, we had two people go through service advisor training, and as soon as they got back from that service advisor training, they were already putting things in place, and they said they were actually operating smoother than they've ever operated before. So, really great things there. As far as this year goes, we already have one employer actively going through the program. He needed some technical skills training for some auto glass installation training, and what this is going to help them do is be more productive and reach more customers, and also increase the knowledge and skills of that industry within his staff. So we're very, very, very excited to be able to help that gentleman out. And we're also in communications to start another upskill grant with an employer out of Morganton, which I'm very excited about as well. So what I'm seeing right now is a lot of employers are very excited to train their staff. They've been reaching out. And I really want to give thanks to all of our local chambers between Catawba, Burke, Caldwell, and Alexander, as they are such great partners in giving me referrals to these businesses who are interested in doing these things. But as far as updates go, that's pretty much what we have going right now. I'm more than happy to field any questions. If you have any questions after this presentation, please feel free to get a hold of me via email, or you can call me. I'll even drop my contact information in the chat. And that's what we have for right now.
Thanks, Trey.
Thank you.
I'm just curious, the email you send out that I know I'm on,
Yeah.
is that to the whole board? I'm sorry, I haven't paid attention to the distribution list, but I do read the emails. Is that to the whole board?
I feel like I should have all, but maybe some of the newer board members that have recently came on. So if you are on the board and you are not receiving my workforce happenings every Monday, please reach out to me, because that's a really big group of about 200 some odd people. So sometimes I might miss a person or two. So if you're not in that, just let me know and I'll be more than happy to add you to it.
Yeah, I appreciate you sending that to us, because it obviously gives us an opportunity to see what's going on, where the rubber meets the road. So I was just curious. So thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Next up, we're going to turn it over to our friend Felicia for a update from DWS. Felicia, the floor is yours.
Good morning. Wanted to just give you a couple of updates from the Department of Commerce. First, we want to start with Governor Stein. He continues to put Hurricane Helene recovery first, and as a priority in his it's a priority for his office. So one thing he's done is created the Division of Community Revitalization within the Department of Commerce, and they concentrate solely on Hurricane Helene recovery. He did announce last week that he has received $80 million for cities to be reimbursed for monies that they've spent out for Helene. And he's also asked the federal government for an additional $1 million to help to supplement the governmental agencies within our area. Also, we have Renew North Carolina, which is also in the Department of Commerce, and it is a revitalization and reconstruction program that is sponsored by HUD, and we're the first state to start to actually doing repairs. We started this past week. And so I know that sounds like it's been a long time coming, because we're almost in a year, looking for a year of Hurricane Helene hitting, but we're the first state to start. So that tells you how slowly things trickle down from the federal government. Third thing is that Secretary Lilly is sponsoring an economic development listening session that is to inform us on the next strategies for economic development within North Carolina. In the Northwest Prosperity Zone, it will happen on September 19th, and that will happen in Caldwell County. So if you are interested, please go to the Department of Commerce under Secretary Lilly and register for that. Again, it is going to be in Lenoir. He will also offer a virtual session that you will be able to view as well. Finally, Commerce will again be sponsoring staff appreciations throughout the Northwest Prosperity Zone. And the one for Western Piedmont, I understand, is scheduled for September 3rd. And those are simply recognitions where we recognize our staff for the hard work that they're doing. And they are doing some amazing things. If you look at the social media that Trey Hedrick is keeping up and showing you everything that's happening outside of the NC Work Centers, it's amazing. It's amazing to see the things that they're doing. You're hearing from employers. Everything is really working really well. And thank you, Trey, for that, because that shows the whole state what we're doing in this area. We do have 2 positions available that we are actively recruiting for, and at the place where we're ready to set up interviews actually for our hybrid position, our JBSG position, and we have a career advisor position that we are almost at the point of being able to set up interviews as well. Finally, I just want to announce that Mainland Community College has announced that we have a new president, and that president is coming from the Catawba County area. He is currently the Newton Conover superintendent, Dr. Gabriel. So we're excited that that president has been picked, and he is set to start in January. That's the only updates I have. I'm sure that the center updates will cover the particular centers, but I wanted to give you an update from the commerce perspective. Do you have any questions? I can entertain them now. Hearing no questions. Thank you, Chairman McKinney.
Thank you, Felicia. All right, next up, we're going to turn it over to Charity for director's reports.
All right, thank you, Chair McKinney. So there's a list there of some of the things that we're going to talk about on the director's report, but there are some things that are not included that I also will go over. So first, we'll start with the IFA, which is the Infrastructure Agreement. As you know, the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act was signed into law in 2014, and the stipulations of the act began requiring all of our partners to update and renew our infrastructure agreement each year. So just be on the lookout for the email requesting your signature, probably within the next month. A reminder email will be sent out along with the email that kind of explains what the infrastructure agreement is and why it has to be signed. So just be on the lookout for that. Wanted to talk a little bit about opt-in. So the innovation grant that we received back in 22, I believe, or 23, I can't remember right now, but it has come to a successful end nonetheless. That was a collaborative partnership with Work and Burke County Schools, Western Piedmont Community College, Burke Development Incorporated, NC Works Career Center, Burke, and the Western Piedmont Workforce Development Board, and numerous of other local partners and businesses. The initiative made a measurable impact in Burke County supporting opportunity youth. Since the start of the grant, the percentage of opportunity youth in the county has declined significantly from 22.2% in 2022 to 17.4% in 2025. You can see there some of the key outcomes: 77 certificates earned by participants, 34 employer partners, 48 participants enrolled in WIOA programs, and 58 cumulative participants were served. So this effort just reflects the strength and collaboration across education, workforce, business, and it underscores commitment to expanding opportunities and building brighter futures for the youth in Burke County. So we're looking for more programs like this to start popping up over the state. The next thing I want to talk about is our center certification. So the Western Piedmont NC Works Career Centers were officially awarded the NC Works Career Certification on August 13th during the NC Works Commission meeting in Raleigh. There's some of the staff that attended that commission meeting. All of the 20 workforce board areas were recognized for successfully completing the certification process. And just want to say congratulations to the Western Piedmont Workforce Development Team and all of the local NC Works partners across North Carolina. There's no way that we received this certification without our wonderful staff. So just want to say thank you to them as well. I know you guys have been hearing us talk about the Burke move, us moving our Burke Center to the Richardson campus, and we hope to be fully operational on the Richardson campus by November 1. So just be on the lookout for some of that too via our Facebook and LinkedIn pages, which I'm going to talk a little bit about at the end of my report. Each year, the board members and our staff have to sign a code of conduct. So be on the lookout for that. Elizabeth will be sending that out via email by the end of this week. We are in August, so you know that in October is our annual partnership conference that is held in Greensboro. And hopefully the board members have received an email about the North Carolina Association of Workforce Boards annual meeting, which will be held on October the 15th. And we would love to have as many board members represented as possible for that meeting. It does start at 9 a.m. and it is in Greensboro. So we definitely understand if you can't make it, but if you can attend and would like to attend, please let me know. I do know that our executive committee members will be in attendance. So if any other board members would like to attend that, just let me know. Bit of good news, the Western Piedmont Workforce Development Board, in partnership with Charlotte Works and Foothills Workforce Development Board, we have been awarded the Pathway Home 6 grant. So this new funding comes from the 6th round of U.S. Department of Labor's Pathway Home grant program. Through this program, eligible incarcerated individuals can receive workforce services through the NC Works system, both prior and after their release, which will ease their transition into reentry programs in the communities to which they will return. So the grant is intended to provide pre-release, post-release, and follow-up activities for people transitioning out of incarceration. Pre-release activities will be delivered through like workshops and small groups, one-on-one instruction, career counseling, advising and employment and training opportunities. And the project also will help service participants starting within the first 72 hours of release. So this is just giving them, like a leadway for when they're coming out of incarceration and just kind of following them through the 24-month period once they're released. And we'll also provide follow-up services like monthly meetings to determine their eligibility for any other services they would be eligible for. As Felicia mentioned, our Facebook and LinkedIn pages always just showcase what we're doing. So if you are active on Facebook or LinkedIn, please follow our pages under Western Piedmont NC Works Career Centers. That's what the pages look like on Facebook and LinkedIn. Everything that we're doing in the area, it gets posted to these pages. We have employer spotlights. We have voices of industry. We have, kind of like some walkthrough of our career fairs and just different things like that. And it would be really beneficial for you to be able to keep up with what we have going on in the centers as a board member. So if you are on LinkedIn or if you are on Facebook, please follow our pages. And that's it for me. Does anybody have any questions about all of that? Okay, so we will now hear operational reports from our Career Center operators and managers. All right, so we'll start in Alexander.
Good morning, Workforce Board Director, Ms. Charity Patterson-Hamba, Chair McKinney, Workforce Board members. Since we last met, we experienced a notable increase in employer engagement across our career center and recruitment events. This trend demonstrates the strengthening partnership between our career centers and the local business community. As you can see from the screenshot, a diverse group of employers from small businesses to large corporations and public sector organizations have actively participated in job fairs, virtual hiring events, on-site recruitment events, and industry-specific panels. These employers collaborate with our staff to connect directly with job seekers, share insights into current workforce needs, and promote open roles across a wide range of industries, including healthcare, technology, manufacturing, retail, and logistics. In June, Catawba held a recruitment event that hosted 12 employers with nearly 100 attendees. In July, at the Ridgeview Library, there were 10 employers with 61 attendees. Caldwell recently hosted a recruitment event that totaled 7 employers and 49 attendees. And Burke Center, of course, followed in suit with 6 employers and 13 attendees. Their participation with these employers not only provided valuable opportunities for job seekers to explore career pathways, but also allowed employers to tap into a motivated and skilled talent pool. This diverse representation of employers reflects the growing collaboration between our career centers and the business community, and we look forward to expanding those relationships in the coming months. As for the partner tours, I may be a little slow there, I apologize. Good morning. Most recently, we prioritized relationship building by hosting strategic tours for both community partners and local employers. These tours serve as a valuable opportunity to strengthen collaboration, deepen mutual understanding, and showcase the services and resources available through our career centers. Notable recent tours, we had STAT Environmental Services in Lenoir, where we were able to discuss green job training and pipelines and hazardous waste technician needs. We also had an opportunity to tour with RPM Manufacturing Coatings in Hudson. The employer was very focused on upskilling entry-level employees and automation-related job trends. With these employer tours and partner tours, these visits provide our team with firsthand insights into the daily operations, workforce challenges, and future hiring needs of those organizations. By engaging directly with these businesses' leaders on site, we are better positioned to align our services such as recruitment, assistance, training programs, upskill, and job referral services with real-time demands of the local industry. Additionally, these tours help raise awareness of how our career centers can serve as strategic partners in workforce planning, talent development, and economic growth. Looking ahead, we plan to continue these tours with a broader range of employers and partners to further strengthen our community ties and enhance the impact of our workforce initiatives. As for our community outreach events, we remain engaged in the communities through active participation in a variety of outreach events. These efforts are essentially to increasing our visibility, building trust with the local residents, and delivering vital employment services where they are needed the most. Our team took part in several impactful events, including OBTT, which is off-base transitional training, which provided a workshop including interviewing skills and marketing yourself. This was a hands-on workshop designed to equip veterans alike and all participants, former offenders, with practical skills for effective interviewing and personal branding. We also had an opportunity to visit with Blue Ridge Community Action, poverty simulation, very helpful. It was an immersive experience that helped deepen our understanding of the barriers faced by individuals living in poverty. This simulation strengthened our staff's empathy and ability to provide responsive client-centered support. We also had an opportunity to work with Broughton Hospital Job Fair, which was a targeted recruitment event connecting healthcare professionals and support staff with open positions at one of the county's major employers. Our presence helped job seekers navigate application processes and explore training opportunities. In July, we had an opportunity to visit with the Catawba County EDC annual meeting, which was held at the Hickory Airport. This opportunity gave us a chance to network with economic development leaders, business representatives, and other stakeholders while promoting the role of the career centers in workforce readiness and regional growth. This not only allowed us to directly assist job seekers, but also provided valuable platforms for raising awareness about the comprehensive services that we offer. As we were looking at as far as the access points, we have been very effective working at our access points in alignment with our commitment to equity and inclusion. Our career centers continue to expand their reach by establishing access points and partnerships that serve historically underserved and marginalized populations. These efforts are critical in ensuring that all individuals, regardless of location, social or economic status, or personal circumstances, have access to the employment services and support they need from NC Works Career Centers. To address barriers such as transportation challenges, limited digital access, and lack of awareness, we have strategically partnered with other community organizations, educational institutions, libraries, and nonprofit organizations to offer services in more accessible and familiar environments. These sites serve as a vital extension of our Career Center services, such as job search assistance, resume support, career counseling, and referrals to training, education, and scholarship. By embedding our services into our trusted community spaces, we are not only increasing visibility and access, but also building long-term relationships that foster trust and engagement. As we continue to grow our network of access points, our goal remains clear: to create a more inclusive, connected, empowered workforce across our Western Piedmont Workforce Development Board region and the Northwest Prosperity Zone. Thank you.
Okay, so I guess we can, Donna, go through the slides for the numbers there. Jesse, if you want to.
Yes, ma'am. I have been very well pleased. Of course, we do not have a presence in Alexander, but we do keep very good connections with our community organizations. So those numbers may look a little swayed, but we are definitely in the mix of working with Alexander County as well. As you can see from the Burke County numbers, I cannot ever let it be known, but 2.5 days worth of work each week. As you can see, with those total center traffic numbers have increased, the services are being provided to the customers. We are currently trying to revamp our business services in Burke, Alexander, Caldwell, as well as Catawba to increase those services. I am very proud of the staff in those counties. And if we could see Caldwell is doing a great job. Special shout out to Ms. Kimberly Anderson, the manager there, being very involved not only in the local areas, but also along with the schools, Caldwell Community College, Technical Institute. Those numbers are outstanding. Services are being provided, and most importantly, the staff are engaged with those customers to ensure that we are getting that boutique customer services as directed by our Workforce Board Director and our Regional Operations Director. We also have a few success stories in particular, where Ms. Sheila Jennings had a customer that came in, and I would have to say personally, this person was not too much on educated. However, they was willing to work, and Ms. Sheila took the time out along with other staff members to sit down and speak with him. They were able to get his information into the system, create his account at NC Works. We were able to get him an interview at RPM. He was hired for that position, and he was very pleased with that. Not being able to rightly understand how to use a computer and being less educated than some, I should say, this person had his own barriers, but fortunately for him, he had the right staff here at Catawba Center to help him overcome that. We also had another success story which talks about Terry Davis, and I apologize, I'm not going to necessarily read that to you, but just goes to show we had a gentleman that Miss Terry Davis worked with. He came into the center wanting to apply for unemployment. He was very shy about working on the computers. His name was Eric Smith. He had recently lost his position at a company he had worked for several years. He was upset with the world, but he wasn't upset with us, and that gave us an opportunity to squeeze in between his troubles and help him overcome those barriers. He was able to get 3 different job opportunities, and that's what we want to do. We want to make sure we give all the opportunities for you to make a decision. He chose the position. He has now been working at that company for the last 2 months. I am very proud of the staff that I work with. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, and if we'll move on to the next success story. And we'll turn this over to Malcolm.
So good morning, everyone. I am sharing with Thomas. So today, to kind of collaborate with some of the things Charity shared about having to shift with workforce. As you know, things are changing. You have to adapt, and you have to be prepared to serve the new workforce professionals. And sometimes when these individuals come in, we don't know the walk of life they came from. We don't know the challenges they dealt with, but all we know is that we can provide services to get them to their next level. So with the success story, we do have a special guest today that has done a good job at connecting these individuals to their opportunity. So we want you to meet him, Mr. Laban Hester, who was an excellent catalyst for this individual, is going to share the story for us.
Hello, everybody. I'm Laban. This person right here is Gregory Montgomery. He is a current enrollment with us. Some of the things I just wanted to highlight is that with these reentry clients, when they get out, a lot of the times, big reason why they're able to stay out of prison, a requirement for them is to find employment within either 30 or 60 days. A lot of the times they really struggle with that. This client specifically was telling me about how he had sent out 40 different applications in his first 2 weeks, how he'd reached out to headhunters and job placement agencies, and how they'd put him in a position and he'd be able to work for like a day, and then they wouldn't have anything else for him for like another week. And that just wasn't enough. And he was actually probably going to go back to prison if he didn't get involved with our program. Between his involvement in the program, being able to count for some of his hours in terms of working, it also looked really good on his resume and managed to get him another job very quickly. And these are actually some of our most interested people. They know what they want, and they have a goal, because if they don't find employment, they wind up going back to jail for a limited amount of time, or to a halfway house, or losing some amount of freedom. Gregory here is even technically on house arrest. He was on house arrest when he met me, and they've advanced the way house arrest works a lot these days, to where they can they actually use a wristwatch these days instead of an ankle monitor. And if you didn't know any different, it would just look like a regular smartwatch. They just text their parole officer where they're going, and they keep track of it. And it's actually a lot better these days than it used to be for that. He also spoke to me a lot on how there are some good federal and state prison programs, but that it's really hard to know what programs are available when you're getting out, and that having somebody there who can walk you through the process is really important. I would say that for these people, our services are one of the best things that they can find. And I will give it off to the next person.
Before we hand it off, I really wish Laban would be on camera, because I did ask Malcolm to have Laban come and speak to you guys, because all of our staff, they are very passionate about what they do. And so I just heard this success story, and I did want Laban to come and present this, because he is the individual that walked hand in hand in guiding this gentleman to success. So there's Mr. Laban Hester. Thank you for joining us this morning, Laban. We appreciate what you do.
So thank you, Laban, as well. So I just want to piggyback real quick. A key component of the new model of workforce that we have to tackle. Laban shared with you guys a lot of times when they do come to us, change is immediate. They don't have resources, they don't have family, they don't know the next step. And not only are we tasked with finding them employment, but we are also challenged with making sure that they have other resources to help them find housing, to help them find food, to make sure that those basic needs are met. But one thing that you saw in that photo that you can never take away from a person or change is that we give that person the excitement to believe and trust that they do have the ability to become the person that they want to become. They can achieve a new goal, they can become new, so to speak. And what's exciting about that is when they take those self photos and they send them over to the advisor, it's a proud moment for them because that is a key component, a key step into changing their whole lifestyle. These are things that they never thought they could accomplish, but now it's a self-reflection on the possibility. So, as we move to the next success story, some of the youth experience the same challenges. Some of these individuals don't know who their next person is that's going to help them, but we are the individuals that can do that part of the job for them. Um, the most exciting part, like Charity said, is the advisors, you don't get to hear from them a lot. You don't get to see them a lot. But as you read these and hear these success stories, just know that there's somebody on the inside of the workforce system that is the connector and the collaborator to make this work. So I will pass it over to Thomas and Maddie from Next Gen.
Good morning. I guess we'll just dive right in. I don't know how to follow up that great success story Laban brought to the table, but um, as you guys can see on the screen, this is Alan. I didn't work with Alan directly, but one of our youth career advisors, Leo, did a great job with Alan. Alan kind of came into the program, came into the office, didn't have a whole lot of direction, just needed some guidance, some assistance, a lot like Laban said, a lot of the clients that we deal with, they have these personal challenges, background challenges, where they don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. So that's kind of where we come in and just try to, motivate them, incorporate some of the success and advice that we can provide to them. So Alan actually started at CCNTI, working on his truck driving certification. As you can see, it obviously went well because he's already found a job, but that took place around March, and he found work as soon as May. So we're really proud of Alan and his journey. He's still in contact with Leo. He's still working, doing all these great things, and as you can see in his success story, he said his time in the program was phenomenal. And this is kind of what we make everything that we do is important to us. As Malcolm said, things are going to be a little different this year with the changes in the budget and things like that, but we're going to make sure we keep the service first and continue from there. I guess we can move on to the next slide. Okay. So here's the numbers from at least from our last board meeting. We didn't have any new starts in the GED or high school equivalency program. Oh, well, I guess we'll go back this way. So here's our next gen. For our next gen program, we often take university tours. This time around, we went to Durham. We got to see American Underground. Who playing with me? Who is it? Okay. All right, we're gonna stay right here. So our next gen report, as I mentioned, high school equivalency GED is at 0. Is this Charity? Charity, you playing with me?
It's not me this time. I think it's Donna. I wish I could take credit though, but I can't.
All right, well, y'all can see the numbers later, but what we're gonna focus on today is the impact. Like as I mentioned, our next gen team, we took a youth trip to Durham. We got to see American Underground.
I'm sorry, but I'm on a delay.
It's fine, Don. It's fine. No worries. But we went to American Underground. It's kind of a startup, Google startup hub where they have different companies, businesses where you can, sit around, come up with these new ideas. It was very insightful for the team as well as the next gen pipeline to kind of see what's out there in the world. They had a slide. We went down the slide. Everybody had a great time. They got to meet some of the businesses there and kind of see what's outside of, their normal day-to-day lifestyle. After that, we took a trip to Duke University. I know Felicia ain't gonna like that, but we're gonna work on something else for next go round. But we went to Duke University. We got to see Cameron Indoor. They got to see the gardens. And we also went inside the Duke University Chapel. So yeah, overall they had a great time. We let them see, outside of their barriers, and a lot of them were empowered to, take that next step towards education, whether that's community college, four-year university, or short-term training. Our ultimate goal is just to motivate them to, see where they can take themselves in the future. And as you can see, there are some pictures here. Again, we had a really great time. We got to, eat in the campus cafeteria. And you couldn't tell them that they weren't students there. They had a great time and were just, in the campus store spending money. And we just had a really great time. And I guess we'll move on to Maddie for the next report.
Okay. So I'm the business services rep for the WIOA program, and I specifically focus on our internship program and the National Dislocated Worker Grant we received in response to Hurricane Helene. So we provide disaster-related employment as well as training through this grant for those who are affected. So in 2024, PY 2024, we enrolled 40, and then in total 51. We have 26 that are active right now and 3 in training, and we excuse me, have 13 who have found employment. So for the success story, is someone who came in and he had a lot of background issues as well as experiencing homelessness. He really just needed to get on his feet and was affected ultimately by the hurricane, which led to a lot of his barriers. So we were able to place him at Hamby's Concrete in Lenore because they were doing stuff for infrastructure repair for the hurricane and did great there. Had a lot of success in his disaster related employment. They decided to hire him on full time, and he is now working there and was able to find stability in his housing, not feel like his background was a barrier to employment because now he's working full time and enjoying what he's doing while also being helpful to his employer and community. So Eli, who is the career advisor there for him, was really dedicated on getting him to complete, and I think he should be really proud about that. So yeah, thank you.
All right, so I'm back. It's Malcolm again. This is the most exciting part to share with you guys. So you heard all the success stories, you heard about the relationships, you heard about the change, you heard about the adaptability. So this is why we shared all that information first, so we can let you guys know this is how it shows up in the state as it's reported. Our relationships, our commitments, our clients' ability to be adaptable and change and go for what they deserve in their life shows up in almost near perfect performance. We haven't seen this performance in a long time, but it shows that the center operations, our scholarship team, our partnerships, our collaborators in the community has done an excellent job to be that catalyst of change. Oftentimes in workforce development, you hear about the data, but you don't get to see the relationships. And today, that's what it was about, is to show you the importance of career advising, building those long-term relationships to where that client or that customer feels great to share their importance of their life change with you, but also want to make sure that you are a part of their change. Oftentimes, what you guys don't get to see is that they come back years later and they say, thank you. Thank you for everything you did. Thank you for being that connector. Thank you for helping me believe in myself. But most importantly, it has put Western Piedmont in the top 3 of the state. So as we close, I want to just say that we are proud to be a representation and a collaborator of success. With your help and your commitment, we are able to serve the clients of Western Piedmont. Back
And
to
before we switch from that slide, I just want all of our board members to see all of those green numbers are well above 100%. So that just proves that everything that you've seen today and that you've heard today and that you hear in our board meetings, every time, this is what it's about. So all of those green numbers are well above 100% of what we are supposed to be doing. So kudos to all of the team. Thank you, Jesse, Malcolm, Thomas, Maddie, and Laban. And that concludes my director's report.
All right. Thank you, Charity. Thanks everybody for sharing today. I tell you, it's awesome to see the good work that you all do. And we thank you very much on behalf of the board for certainly the commitment, but then the passion and the care that you guys obviously show for what you do, each and every one of you. So thank you very much for all your hard work. Let's see, our next meeting, I'm going to skip workforce development board member updates unless anybody has anything just absolutely burning. It's just tough to manage that through Zoom. So I'll pause for 2 seconds if anybody has anything that they'd really like to share. Okay. Well, then our next meeting will be October 30th. So it seems like forever, but that's Halloween and I'm already seeing pumpkins and ghosts and stuff starting to show up in the stores. So it'll be here before
Charity
you know
birthday.
it. What's that?
Charity has a birthday on October 31.
Oh, yes, that's right. Our meeting is October 30th, but obviously the Halloween time. So
I'll be taking gifts on that day if anybody wants to bring anything.
there you go. So everybody put that on your calendar. I'm assuming that as of now that will be in person. Okay. Okay. Well, with that, if anybody has anything, we will stand adjourned. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Have a good one.
Have a safe Labor Day weekend.
Have a good day, everyone.
You too, Jesse.